Hello. So I am taking a video of my little porch area in my apartment. You can see it's pretty small. I'm right here. Um, just about big enough for maybe 3 or 4 people to sit out and get some fresh air. I have my morning glories planted here. It's afternoon, so they are hiding away in their buds, but in the morning they will be open and show off their colors. And then out here is the maintained area of the apartment complex. You can see that my sort of patch of grass right here is bare. I have tried to plant things like wildflowers, but they haven't survived very well. My neighbor has some good flowers. This area is maintained by the people who are contracted by the apartment complex. So it's not maintained by us, it's maintained by professionals. And you can see that it's kept very Western style lawn with a couple of trees, a couple of bushes, but mostly just a grass lawn that's kept pretty short. The people who maintain it come out on about a bi-weekly basis. So the grass is never allowed to get out of control or too long. It's never allowed to sprout wildflowers or even dandelions or anything like that. It's always supposed to be maintained this way. But you can see that since we're at the end of summer, there's some patches of dry grass, even though it is watered. They're not fully able to fight against the dry forces of nature. You can see that from here I have a pretty good view of the sky, which is important out here because you can watch thunder and storms roll in. Out here, I'm mostly just one of the people who live here. There was a person going by walking her dog, and we don't talk to each other. There isn't really a sense of community here. It's very much just a place to live, and that I think is typical for American apartments where neighbors and the people that you're living around are not considered to be part of your community. We don't help each other out. We barely see each other or talk to each other. I couldn't tell you anything about my neighbors other than the fact that they have some flowers in their backyard. My neighbor right above me is, I don't even know her name. I know that sometimes I hear them walking around and that's about it. So it's very socially isolated here, even when we're living right on top of each other. The apartment complex does do these programs that try to maintain a sense of community, but they aren't well attended. Most people seem to prefer to be isolated and to just live their own lives unbothered by the people around them. And I think that's a very American sense of the word home, where your home is a place where you're protected from the outside world, from social customs, from other people, and you can do whatever you want inside of it, which of course isn't completely true, but this area that I'm sitting in is sort of like a in-between place because it's mine. I have to maintain it, and I need to make sure that the plants are not dying, and if you have anything out here, it needs to be relatively clean, which you can see that I've not swept in a while. But every once in a while, the property manager will take a walk through and will send notices to people who aren't maintaining their little area properly. And we'll have to pay fines and stuff like that if we don't sweep, if we don't clean, if we don't make sure everything's up to standards. So it's a place where we're kind of protected from outside of these bars, the area that's not ours. But we still have these standards of how it has to look and how we have to maintain it applied to our patios by the apartment manager. So there's definitely some aspects of control in that we don't own this place, we just live here. So anything outside of the door, we don't really have the same amount of control over as we do inside. That's my little backyard.